All right, what's going on, guys? Here we are back with another Sunday watch list, and this is what I'm gonna be watching for this upcoming week, right? Starting off with SPY. As you guys see, last week we got rejected heavy off of this 415 level. This 415 level has been a huge supply. All these red lines I have right here is basically areas of rejection I'm going to be interested. And the reason why is because we've been rejected off this 415 level heavily before in the past. If I go to a smaller time frame, like the hourly, you will see what kind of reactions we get off of this 415 level, right? 415. And if we do break 415, we head up to like this 416.50, which we also get rejected from. And we also get rejected from 418.34. So yes, if it does break 415, you have room to this level and to this level. But I'm not confident in going long until we fully break that 418 level. I might look for some short-term scalps if we get above 415 into like 416, 418. But for the most part, this 415 level is important to watch. If you can see on Friday, this is actually a trade I took on Friday. I bought some SPX puts all the way up here, right? So I actually sized in a bit early. I hopped in right here and I was still in this trade. I was down about 140. I had a stop loss above 415, right? And consumer sentiment was at 7 a.m. So I hopped out of this trade right before the flush because I was in puts, right? So I bought puts up here and I did not catch this move here because consumer sentiment was at 7 a.m. So I hopped out before 7 a.m. just because, this could have gone either direction. And I don't really like being in trades whenever there's a catalyst like that. Or so I sized out before, and you can see those contracts went from like 600 to over 2,000 down here. So yeah, I was a little bit mad about that trade on Friday. Because literally it would have just been 10 more minutes, right? A 10 more minute hold, I would have been banked over 4K that day because I had two contracts. But I did sell them for 550, so I lost $50 per contract. And I just called it a day. I didn't take this. The only other good thing I seen was this 410 bounce on Friday, but I didn't take that either. So coming into Monday, I'm gonna be paying attention to that 415 level again. If we show some type of weakness, I will take a reject off of it, or if we show strength and break it, I will take the retest off that 415 level. For the most part, QQQ is a little bit more clear. You can see we've been in this range, still getting respected. It's literally like the bottom of this range at 313, 314. We go all the way back up to 318, 319. And on Friday, we tried breaking above it a little bit, right? We broke up barely. We went to 320 and got rejected hard off of 320 on Friday for QQ around this area, right? So we get this exact right there. We got rejected here on Friday on QQ. So if we do get above that 320, we really have room to 322. Q's has a lot of room to run, right? This is literally just the base ranging, right? I don't like being in between the range, but if we break the top or if we break the bottom of the range, if we were to break the bottom of this 314, we got room to 310, 307. Could potentially take bounces off this area as well, or rejects off the stop if we show weakness. But for the most part, Q's does look like it could break this high, this 320 area, and head to 322, which is also a reject level from back here, right? You can see what happened last time we went to 322. We got rejected aggressively. And that's why when we came over to that level again on April 4th, we got rejected aggressively from it. So now we're approaching it again. We are still making higher lows and we are uptrending. So, this is an uptrend. So for the most part, if we were to break that 320, we got room to 322. I will look to catch that move. And I won't be confident in longs until we break 322. So above 322, then we really have room up to 324, 325 areas, and then 326. And really this is going to be the next supply. So we have room to run all the way to 330 if we break that level with strength. These are going to be the next area, my next targets basically, So that's what I'm watching for QQQ. Levels on SPX, very similar to SPY, right? We're just that 415 level on SPY is going to correlate with this level here, this 4163 area, which is where we got rejected multiple times in the past, back here as well, right? And above those, it's really back up to like 4178, 4195, almost around that 4200 area where we get rejected a lot up here as well. So those are going to be my next watches for SPY, QQ, and SPX. As far as individual names, I see JP Morgan, they reported earnings and they did really good. We are flagging on the hourly, right? This is a flag. So above 139, I want to make sure it breaks and holds, preferably a retest for a move back up into 140 or a bounce at this 138. Reason why I'm looking at a bounce at that 138 is because it is a big level of demand from back here, right? So if I go back in the past and I grab a zone here, what has happened off this level multiple times, right? We bounce once, twice, three times, four times, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I could keep dragging it down, right? 10, and then we reject from it 11. So it's a very well respected area, this 138 level, right? Even though here at 12. And we started to hold that level a little bit on Friday. So this 138, I'd like to see us hold that area for a potential bounce, right? Just this demand zone over here. All right, let me do that, fix that around this area down here. So if we do potentially get a hold that level, I will look to be interested with the stop loss right below, and then for a move back up into these next resistances up here, 130, 140, 141. So that looks good for that. As far as other individual names, Google was strong. Google showed a lot of strength. I'm not really too interested in this week, other than my main watches, which is SPY and QQQ. But Google did show a lot of strength. If it can hold this 108 level, it looks good for a move back up into 110 and 111. There's a lot of supply up here though, so I'd be careful. Nvidia looks decent as well, right? We kept holding this 263 support. We kept holding this 263 support and we keep getting rejected off this 268.77. So it's like a small range from 263 to 268, 269. So above this, we have room to 275, really, 270, 272. Below this, we have room down to 260, 258. Just keep a note of those psychological levels before. So if we were to break 268, 270 would be first, and then we have room up to the next resistances. Same thing here. If we were to break this one, psychological 260, and then 258, 254. But other than that, we do have earnings on Tesla and Netflix. Don't want to make this video too long, but my main watches are going to be SPY and QQ and SPX. So I feel like that's where the value is going to be at for me this week. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Those are the levels I'm going to be paying attention to. And let's have a great trading week. Also, just be aware it's OPEX week. So, don't try to force nothing. I'm sure we'll get better opportunities coming into the midweek or next week. You guys have a good Sunday.